I'm Jason, and welcome to Technique of the Week. All right, we're done spraying our sealer on the patio. Okay, we've got sealer left in this can. Today's technique is how to get rid of that and the proper way to clean your tank up after you're done. I see a lot of guys right away just pick this lid off and try to funnel this back in the can. You know, obviously we got a small hole here. It's gonna be hard for us to dump this in there. The sealer is gonna get everywhere. And just like we learned last week, you know, if we dump it out of the can, it's gonna get more sealer on this rim, and then we start to have that scenario going again. So the best way to do this is to pump, make sure you get good pressure in your sprayer. When I have this tip on here, obviously that's restricting the flow of it, and so it makes a nice spray pattern when you're sealing. But after I'm done, I'm trying to get rid of it. All I gotta do is take the end of that nozzle off, okay? And I'm just gonna put it back inside the sealer, and I'm just gonna pull the trigger, and this will unload a sprayer quick. Okay, as I've got done, now you can see I'm spraying air out of this, which that's helping to clean the actual sprayer out too. I'm gonna tilt the sprayer also, because I know this wand that goes down there is right here. So I'm gonna tilt it this way to get all the sealer out, all the rest of the air out and the sealer out of there. So I can pump this up, and I'm gonna spray it again just to kind of help blow that out of there. So now I know that all the sealer is out of the tank, and most importantly too, it's out of this thing. A lot of people will just leave this set with the sealer in it, you know, and that's where it causes a lot of problems. If that acrylic and that solvent that's in there just lays in this hose, it's gonna cause problems. It's gonna cause problems with all the seals. It's gonna make a nightmare for you, and you're gonna be over at Deco-Crete buying a new sprayer. So just make sure you do that, empty the tank. The next step is the best thing too, like I just said a second ago too, though, now we're keeping this clean up here because we haven't dumped anything out of it. We got as much sealer out of there as we can. So the next step is to run a solvent through this sprayer. Now, you know, a common one that works good is xylene, and if you already have xylene at your job site, you know, that can be used. That works good to clean out the leftover. And we're gonna be showing you, so that could be, we're gonna show you two different things that you can use. So xylene's one of them. Xylene's a little bit more harsh. If you leave the xylene in the tank, it will eat the inside of these tanks up a little bit and stuff, and you can have like chunks that'll end up getting in there. So that's one thing. If you use the xylene, you've got to get it out of there. You've got to get the xylene out of the sprayer and make sure all that's out of there then. But it does work good. So with the xylene, you would take it and you would, you know, do the same thing, dump it in there and spray it back out, and that cleans the hose. So, but what we really like to use, what our favorite material to use is like a mineral spirits or or bubble gum release agent. You know, either one. If you have some of this, you know, if you use liquid release agent, you know, and you have this at your job site, this works great too. It's the same type of thing. And the reason we like these particular solvents better than like acetone or xylene or these other ones, these ones are a lot more of an oily substance, okay? So anything, you guys know, anything oily will help lubricate it. The sprayers that I keep bubblegum release in or whatever, we can just leave the release in there. And that's what kind of gave us the idea to do this, is we can leave that sit in the sprayers, in the hose, whatever, and the sprayer always stays fine because the oil is kind of almost lubricating the parts. So this is a great thing. It'll clean this excess sealer out, and it'll help prolong the life of the sprayer too. So you don't need that much. You know, all you really need is a quart or so dumped in there. I would just dump a little bit in there like that, okay? I'm gonna put the Lid back on there. This time I'm going to take the tank and I'm going to shake it up and get all that sealer that was inside of here, kind of get that off. Next, we're going to actually put the tip back on there then, because we're going to clean the tip out as we spray it this time. So if I can use a bubblegum release or like mineral spirits, I'm done. I don't need to mess with it. You know, this is actually, anything that's left over in this or whatever is actually, you know, helping to lubricate it. So that's good. The next time you would use this, all you would do is put a little bit of sealer when you dumped your sealer in there. Obviously don't start just spraying it right away on the slab. You're gonna get a cup or a container like this. You're gonna spray a little bit in that first, just to kind of get, if there was anything left over in there through, and you'll be good. If you are using xylene or something like that, the step to do next is, this is where a lot of people fail. They'll leave the xylene in the can, whatever's left over. You know, they'll just spray a little bit through there and then leave that in there. That's not good. If you're gonna do that, make sure you dump out the excess, or follow that same step. Spray the xylene through the nozzle and back into the can. You're gonna take this off. A good habit to get into too is, especially if you're using xylene to clean it out, is taking these and leaving them off the can. So when you get back to your shop, hang this up somewhere, let this air out till the next time you use it. That's it for this week's technique of the week. This will save you some money, you know, from buying 4 sprayers every year. If you just take the little extra time it takes to kind of clean them out. Hopefully this was helpful to you, and good luck in all your jobs, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks.